boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, wear tie up tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Fight, walk, folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water make Gulf US of A. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. So many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, executive sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. With this my majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime Mage, IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Sunday. I know football's going on. I know everybody's streaming and everybody's mad at me for streaming over them. Welcome to another day that ends in Y. I know everything is happening right now. Patriots are up 21-10 over the Texans right now. And we got the Bears game tonight, which I'm more interested in even than the Patriots game, although I'm pulling for the Patriots. I want to see a Patriots-Bears Super Bowl. But that is all fails in comparison to the absolute insanity that is happening right now in Minnesota. Now, I missed a lot yesterday, and you all let me know how much I missed. So I missed a lot yesterday, and it's even gotten worse today. And I am officially now in full criticism mode of President Trump for not invoking the Insurrection Act. Shit has hit the fan. Trump needs to act now. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into what is going on with this. It is insane. We're in like insanity world. So let's go ahead and jump right into what I think is probably the craziest story. And anti-ICE protesters just stormed a church in Minnesota. They stormed a church in Minnesota with Don Lemon and shut services down.
Of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street and you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that.
It's a little loud.
People get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. And for some reason, in our modern era, people think that in order to have protests, you got to be, cordoned off to a certain area and, what time you can protest. Look, there's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt. It's to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people...
You notice how they never found that argument to be justifiable for January 6th. It's interesting. It's interesting. Rules for thee, not for me.
Uncomfortably, and how harsh people are being treated. on the streets.
So yeah, I mean, this is insane, dude. I agree with N wokeness here. The line is beyond crossed. Insurrection act now. Now, Elon Musk called for it a couple of days ago, and since then we have seen citizen journalists assaulted. We have seen bloodshed. We have seen absolute insanity in Minnesota, and I just wish I know that there's so many hurdles that have to be dealt with in order to deal with a Democratic-led city. But the act is there. The president has the authority to use it. He needs to freaking use it. Look at this right here. Nick Sortor says he has to disguise himself and stay silent just to safely cover left-wing riots.
Unfortunately,
This isn't America.
Unfortunately, the only way to really keep safe for me anyway is to now go to these things in disguise, right? I can't show my face. I can't talk. I really have to be careful not to give up my identity, because if something like this happens, then there's nobody, the police aren't going to come and help me. So I'm on my own, and I'm pretty much behind enemy lines at this point. And there are very few like-minded people that are out there, for the same reason, because they're just going to be targeted by these people, and they're violent. And as you said, you have Latin Kings gang members out there now. Yeah, that's definitely not somebody you want to mess too much with. I mean, they don't have any. Clearly, their I guess moral compass isn't really tracking in the right direction. You can just go up and steal a rifle like that and just not think twice about it. And now he's going to be in prison for 10 to 15 years. I mean, I don't know how he wouldn't have expected to be in prison after that.
It's crazy. Someone in the chat says, Jeremy, are you losing weight? You slimmed down. No, I'm using skinny filters. I'm actually 452 pounds, but I have a skinny filter on. I learned that from Instagram. So my skinny filter actually has made me look a lot slimmer than I am. I'm actually 450 pounds. I can't even get out of bed. This is I'm a VTuber. What I did is I Googled extremely sexy VTuber avatar, and it gave me this. I mean, I was like, damn, that's a pretty good looking dude. And so, yeah. So this is the extremely like Giga Chad alpha male, avatar. So this is what it gave me. I guess it looks good, but in all reality, it's really weird because I did shave and my face looks like fat JD Vance when I have just a little bit of facial hair. So shaving just a little bit, I go from fat JD Vance to, this. So anyway, but thank you for asking. Get the Vance filter. Man, it is, this is just the beginning of the look at this. So it gets worse. It's absolutely insane. This clip right here, which was shared by Rapid Response 47, right here. ICE agent in Minnesota goes off on people trying to impede an operation to arrest a child, offender. This is crazy.
For reporting, we're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
Oh, they're not. No, we're pressing. We're not.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane. That's what we're doing. My warrant's not for you. My warrant is not for you. I don't have to go. It's insane.
This is the left right here. Now, this goes into the point that I was making. This interview right here, this is what the Democrats are doing. If you go back a few days ago, and for the record, I was the first person that noticed this, because every time I tell you something, I am, in fact, the first person that has ever mentioned anything. So I get credit for everything I've ever talked about. But a sarcasm aside, you remember a few days ago, we were talking about Jacob Fry and Tim Walz, and they essentially told everyone to document everything ICE is doing. They essentially painted a picture, a target on ICE for all of these left-wing lunatics, and they said, follow them, document them, treating them like they are the criminals. That is insane.
Trump administration's ICE crackdown clashed in Minneapolis Saturday as Governor Tim Walz prepared to mobilize his state's National Guard troops to assist local law enforcement. As the Washington Post is reporting, the Pentagon is preparing active duty soldiers for a possible deployment to Minnesota. In a moment, we're going to bring in Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. But first, Fox News correspondent Matt Finn is in Minneapolis. Matt.
And before we get started on that, let me get a couple of these. Alan Tanassi says, God bless the 199. Today is the day of the Lord. Thankful I am an American. Hail to you, Alan Tanassi. I am Brockatron says, you see the stuff with Jake Lang? They mobbed him and followed him to his hotel, assaulting him. The left blames him for inciting when he wasn't, and the crowd was actively saying to punch him and hit him. Yes, that was yesterday. Freaking crazy. Like, how is this even legitimately possible in the United States of America? It is disgusting, and we're going to show that here in a bit. Dracon says, hail D-Day Cobra. Hope you enjoyed it. Your simple Wheaties. I did, and if I get time, I'll show that one. If not, we'll do it on main event. It's really freaking good. Thank you, brother. Nandy for 50 says, the fact that Trump was able to deport 600,000, 1.9 million self-deportations with all these judicial rulings is insane. And then 2, Trump can't invoke the Insurrection Act because all the GOP is just wanting Trump out and are against any real change as it exposes them to. Look, man, the problem is like Trump can do it. I know what he's up against. We all know what he's up against. But it's really tough when we see him so hyper-focused on foreign affairs when this is happening in our own backyard. This is happening in our own country. And again, I understand, man, there's 2 drastically different ways to look at this. There's what you said, and then you can also look at the fact, I've mentioned this many times, Democratic leadership. Democratic leadership. You have a left-wing lunatic as governor and a left-wing lunatic as mayor. I get it. I understand. I do. But it's still frustrating, to say the least. Thank you, Nandy. I appreciate it. A boy named Blue says they hate church because they unknowingly formed a psychological attachment with demons. I've done research on the spiritual aspects of how demons affect humans. You're 100% right. I mean, these people are controlled by demons. When you go into a church, Don Lemon goes into a church to disrupt worshiping. Like, what are we doing, man?
And Shannon, the Washington Post reports about 1,500 active duty soldiers are prepared to possibly head here to Minnesota if the violence escalates. And yesterday, it was another day of some pretty intense clashes. Unrest showing no signs of slowing down in the Twin Cities. Persistent protesters even lit fires for warmth on a snowy Friday night outside of the ICE detention center. Hours earlier, inside, U.S. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche telling immigration agents the DOJ will go after anyone who lays a finger on them.
My marching orders from President Trump all the way on down, Attorney General Bondi all the way on down, is that every single time that happens, we will prosecute.
In a special state address this week, Governor Walz telling people to collect evidence against ICE.
All across Minnesota, people are learning about opportunities, not just to resist, but to help people who are in danger.
And I also know that the argument of, I think somebody said in chat earlier, but never interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake. And I do get that. I do. But what the fuck, man? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like there are a ton of Trump supporters in Minnesota, and are they supposed to? Are they just supposed to leave Minnesota? Are they supposed to leave Minnesota? Where are they going to go? Because I don't want them in Florida. I don't want any of you in Florida. I don't want anybody from New York. I don't want anyone from California. I don't want anyone to leave your state to come to Florida. Because Florida's full. You don't want to be in Florida. It's a terrible place.
The DOJ is now investigating Walz and Fry for possibly impeding immigration enforcement. Mayor Fry says the probe is meant to intimidate him. Governor Walz writing, the only person not being investigated for the shooting of Renee Good is the federal agent who shot her. Outraged Democrats allege DHS agents are racially profiling and violating civil rights.
For the moment, we can certainly block giving additional funding to ICE and CBP.
And Shannon, here in Minnesota, anti-ICE activists have scheduled a statewide day of action for this Friday. They're asking people not to go to work, not to go to school, and not to make purchases. Shannon.
All right, Matt Finn reporting from Minneapolis. Matt, thank you to you and your team there on the ground. And joining us now, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Thanks for your time this morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's start here. I want to play a little bit more of what Congresswoman Jayapal had to say
this
about
is absolutely
what she says
crazy.
is actually happening on the ground there in Minneapolis.
We are seeing horrifying videos of ICE agents battering down people's doors without.
Speaking of horrifying, just going to move on. I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to move on.
A warrant, racially profiling people on the street, busting in car windows and trying to intimidate and suppress the First Amendment rights to peacefully protest.
So my question is she inaccurate the way she's mischaracterizing? Is she mischaracterizing what's happening there? Or is that actually happening, but the argument is ICE has the authority to do what they're doing?
Yeah, what you just heard was a complete lie. That is absolutely not is what's happening on the ground in Minnesota. I was there on Friday. I saw what the men and women of ICE are doing every day, and they are doing their job. And there are folks that may not like that they're doing their job, but these blatant accusations that they're violating the First Amendment or somehow committing crimes are not only completely false, but they're doing real damage to our law enforcement officers around the country. And it's interesting that there are thousands of immigration actions all over this country every single day. And nowhere do you hear this outrage, this made up outrage from local politicians and activists, except for in Minnesota. And that should be telling to the American people.
So they have, those who are protesting and supporting the protesters took this to court. A federal
Ainsley Earhart is Sean Hannity's girlfriend. Let that sink in. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's true love. I think that's true love. Has nothing to do with Sean Hannity having, hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth. No. It's true love, guys. True love, 100%.
Judge on Friday late ruled that there are a number of things agents cannot do now. Part of what she said is
no, that's not
they can't
Ainsley
use
though.
pepper
That's not
spray
Ainsley.
Or
I know
similar
that.
non-lethal munitions on these crowds. She does reference them.
Ainsley
being
does
engaged in
Fox and Friends in the
peaceful
morning or
and
something like
unobstructed
that.
protest activity. She also says you can't stop or detain drivers or passengers in vehicles where there's no reasonable, articulable suspicion that they're actually obstructing or interfering. She goes on to say, if they're following and tagging and filming ICE, that is not something that is a stoppable issue. So how does this impact operations there? And are you going to appeal that decision?
We're still looking at whether to appeal what that judge did at this point. But I'll tell you, it's absurd for the media and some of these politicians to call what these folks are doing as peaceful protests. They're throwing rocks at ICE officers.
Correct.
They are standing in the roadway where they try to drive by. They're putting their vehicles in the roadway while they try to drive by. So if a judge tells ICE officers not to violate the constitutional rights of protesters, we got it. We're not violating the constitutional rights. But what should be happening, instead of going after ICE officers, what should be happening is local leaders should be sending law enforcement out to stop the protesters from assaulting ICE officers for doing nothing except for their job. And that's the real issue here, is you have men and women who have families going out and doing exactly what they're supposed to do. and being screamed at, pushed, assaulted, having rocks thrown at them. We will not tolerate that, and that's been our position from the beginning.
Well, but what are we doing to not tolerate it? Because they're still out there dealing with it. Because the most frustrating element of this to me is the fact that these ICE officers are being put in this position and they can't do anything about it. And you have the local government working against them. The local government of the United States of America is actively treating ICE officers like they are criminals.
Will remain our position for the rest of this administration.
Okay, so Friday we also learned that the DOJ is reportedly investigating Governor Walz, Mayor Fry there. They have both responded. Here's what we heard from the mayor on Friday. He said, "It's an obvious attempt to intimidate me for standing up for Minneapolis, our local law enforcement, and our residents against the chaos and danger this administration has brought to our streets." He says, "I will not be intimidated." What can you tell us about the investigation and the perception or accusation that you all are weaponizing law enforcement against these folks?
You saw the governor and the mayor actively encouraging criminals to go out on the street and impede ICE.
Yes.
That is not allowed under our law. When a federal
This to me is the biggest story that's happening in Minnesota right now. This is the biggest story. You've got the governor and the mayor that is actively calling for people to treat ICE officers like they're criminals. That is the biggest story in Minnesota, in my humble opinion. And that's the whole point, Todd Blanche. You can't sit there and say, we're not going to tolerate it, when the local fucking government is not only tolerating it, they are motivating that behavior. They're motivating the fucking behavior. The people that you decided to put in that position, the local government is working against them. That's not fair to the ICE officers at all.
Officer is out doing their job, they have to be allowed to do their jobs. And the fact that we had to stand up and tell a mayor, that we had to stand up and tell a governor to stop encouraging the folks that are out there running around trying to stop ICE, to stop encouraging them, when what they really should be doing is helping their fellow federal officers, is something that's horrible. But listen, no matter who you are, whether you're a governor, a mayor, or somebody out there on the streets assaulting ICE, you cannot, under federal law, you cannot impede a federal officer doing their job. And
well, that's what the local government's doing right now.
That's what we're looking at, and I'm not going to talk about the investigation, but American people can see what the mayor has been saying. They can see what the governor's been saying, and it's obvious that has to stop.
Well, the governor.
And on top of that, look what it's motivating. Completely unhinged liberal lunatics start screaming at Christians trying to worship at church in Minnesota. This guy right here.
As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No, Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you?
This is the people that Jacob Fry and Tim Walz are encouraging and supporting, by the way. And he fucking knows that. And he knows that if anybody there touches him, that the local government fully has his back. He knows that. He knows that he can go in there and do that. He's completely motivated by this horrific local government.
Easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now. Out now. Living real comfortable while the people starve. living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie, and he hangs out with Kristi Noem.
Good God.
How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
Absolutely insane. Like, this is where we are. So if you're just tuning in, Don Lemon also led an anti-ICE protest in a church in Minneapolis. Yes, Don Lemon.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution. When you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the civil rights movement was about, the civil rights movement was about these very kinds of protests. There's nothing in the Constitution.
Let me remind all of you that Don Lemon, when he was on CNN, pushed for mask mandates and the jab. Let me also remind you that at the height of COVID, Don Lemon and his white boyfriend were found pictured in Florida with no mask on vacation. But Don Lemon pushed for mask mandates and jab mandates. But as soon as he got an opportunity to go on vacation, him and his white boyfriend fly down to Florida and have no mask.
That tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, it's to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone.
Now, you may think, Jeremy, you just showed us the gayest person in Minnesota when you showed us Don Lemon. And I would probably agree with you if the next clip didn't exist. But Don Lemon is not the gayest person causing problems in Minnesota, if you can believe it. It's not Tim Walz. It's not Jacob Fry. We have one more person that's gayer than any of them. Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston is at the Quality Learning Center.
All right, so I'm at the Quality Learning Center here in Minneapolis. I'm going to see if they're open or not. This is the same time that Nick Shirley came, so let's see. They're not open. You know why they're not open? Because it's not 2 p.m. yet.
So now, you've got the literal worst people in the world are now kind of focusing in on Minnesota because the local government has made them understand you can come here and do whatever you want. You can cause whatever havoc you want, whatever hell you want, and nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing at all. My goodness. What the hell is happening? Let's see here. Kingdom Hearts Gamer says, please pray for me. I will be having liver surgery on January 27th. Thank you for your prayers. Prayers up. You got to let us know how it goes. So you have to come back in here into the chat. You got to give us an update. So that's happening, in about 9 days. So prayers up for you. Prayers up. Hopefully all goes well. Dark Red Knight says, I DM'd you some AI photos I made. I think you may like. Don't worry, it's not gay stuff. Thank you. I'll check it out. Congro 85 becomes a new member. Thank you. Chef George Ramirez says, Landman season finale was awesome. Can't wait for season 4 or can't wait for season 3. I'll watch that tonight. Looking forward to it. Mr. No One says, Jeremy loves Grizzly Water as much as JD Advance. Hail 199. Jesus says, all hail Cobra Commander Jeremy and King Trump 2028. Zinny Biscuit says, JD Advance has taken over officially. 2 non-political channels I watch. Danny Sapco and Davey504 have made videos on JD playing the bass. Hell yeah. JD Advance has taken over the world. Ministry of Wrong Things says the protester mobs are running anti-ICE checkpoints, checking people's ID, shutting down religious services, have firearms, and are literally attacking themselves, random people thinking they're ICE. It's interesting how the anti-ICE protesters seem to want to check people's IDs suddenly. It's interesting how they're wanting to check people's ID. Why would you need to check people's ID? Danny Sapko would hate Jeremy. He probably does. I don't know who he is, but I've basically at a point where any YouTuber that I know of, even the people that I watch, I just assume that they all hate me. And that's why I don't like to collaborate with anyone, because I don't give a fuck if they hate me. A lot of them, I still like watching them. But yeah, I don't care. I don't give a fuck if some random ass YouTuber hates me. They all fucking hate me. Ministry of Wrong Things says it's simple. Civil war was actually possible in the U.S. Is actually possible in the U.S. We literally have the federal government and the state government at odds. Trump doesn't want to set it off if he doesn't have to risk it if he can. I do understand Trump's position. I do. MAGA Mike says, just want to shout out the black guy in the black clothing that stood between Lang Dude and the mob of hundreds dragging him off the ledge. You can see them looking at Lang, telling him, I got you. Yeah, I need to find that clip. But so that clip was crazy from just a few days from yesterday. Let's see. Zinni Biscuit says Bears versus Patriot equals Pope. Whatever versus George Washington. I hope it happens. We'll see. Patriots are looking good right now. Andrew Sarah says, bro, tell Beardo about the skinny filters, Beardo fat. Mr. Bentham says, that's a pretty good looking dude, Jeremy. Daniel Moore says, Daniel Moore. Fantastic Knox says, it's at the point where the left in Minnesota are accusing even office workers on lunch break as ICE. Make it make sense. Alec says, G&G versus as the race to 1 million subs. Loser can't cut their hair for a year and buys the other USS flag. How about it? No chance. I get too sidetracked on all my other channels to focus in on that. However, I am making more videos for Geeks and Gamers, so we'll see if we can get that channel turned around. Southeastern Kaiju says, Trump can't help Iran and won't help Minnesota. Ryan Miller says the 2026 midterms is going to be a make or break for President Trump in his full term. So get out and vote and stop these lunatic freaks from taking back power. Little Jim Salos says this shitface is a paid protester, was in Portland. Grapthars Hammer says Jesus pepper sprayed a retard. I read it. MAGA Mike says Trump needs to send in the boys. It's time. He absolutely does. Like it's past time. This has to happen. What is this right here? I don't know what this clip is from. Spit in the face of an ICE agent. Find out.
Get out of our state! Get out of your state! Get out of our state!
This is Portland, I think. I think spitting is an act of violence. Like, that is assault. If you spit on somebody, that's assault. This is an old clip, though. Yeah, like you should not be able to get away with that under any circumstances. Let me see. I had another. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. Jake Lang and his crew showed up in Minneapolis trying to march into a Somali neighborhood, screaming that natural-born citizens should be deported to preserve the white race. They didn't make it. So this is somebody that hates them. This is what they did to Jake Lang right here. Jake Lang did nothing wrong, by the way. So there's the black dude. I don't know if the black dude is on his side or not on his side, but he was trying to keep them at bay. fucking crazy, dude. Fucking crazy. Now, I don't know all the specifics of that situation because, like I said, that was happening yesterday and I was out of town. So he already posted he's going back. So this was an attempted murder after being beaten unconscious by a Democratic aligned mob. Jake Lang was dragged back into a crowd and stabbed. Was he stabbed? Is that completely is that confirmed? He got stabbed? It's fucking crazy, dude. Look at these fucking people. Like at this point, like 1000%. Send in the troops. Clean this shit up. Oh, I see you in the chat, Wendy. Hang on. Where'd she go? Speaking of G&G, thanks for liking and responding to the G&G Bragging Rights logo and give him a. It was awesome. It was awesome, Wendy. It was super cool. I appreciate you doing that. Can I make an obvious statement right now? More violent than January 6th. Not a high bar since, January 6th was basically just, a guided tour. Or we could compare. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? Absolutely crazy. Now, does that look worse than January 6th? Because it does for me. Let's see here if I can find this one clip. I don't know what happened to him. This guy had I don't know where it's at. Let's see. Right here, yeah. So this is the horror of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen. This is just want to prepare you. This is some difficult stuff to watch.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the U.S. Capitol building. If you've joined us today for the insurrection, please make sure you pick up a promotional leaflet on the way in, stay inside the safety cordons at all times, and if you get lost, speak to one of our Capitol police officers. They'll be sure to point you in the right direction. And be sure to set aside a little time today to join us for some insurrection activities, including our photography tour, our fancy dress competition, and have a go on our climbing wall. But don't forget those safety ropes. And I've now received...
Literally worse than 9/11. The worst day in American history, everyone.
The results of our fancy dress competition. The winner today is Jacob Chansley. That's Mr. Jacob Chansley. If you could report to your nearest Capitol Police officer, they'll be sure to give you your prize, a guided tour of the building. And all that's left is for me to thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the insurrection. Wherever possible, please try to clean up after yourselves. Don't forget to visit the souvenir shop on the way out. And feel free to join us on the outdoor terrace for Nancy Pelosi's Insurrection Soiree. Grab yourself a light refreshment and enjoy the music of our very own fancy dress competition winner.
By the way, I'm pretty sure, hasn't this guy, Jacob Chansley, hasn't he went full anti-Trump recently, if I'm not mistaken? I think he went full anti-Trump recently. Let me have to look that up and see. Jacob Chansley. I don't know how you spell his name. Let's see if that's right. But I think he did. A lot of you are saying yes, he did. Seeing if I can find it. Jacob Chansley Trump. Think he went anti-Trump, but I'm looking for, can't find any update on it. Right here, the shaman who went to prison for Trump has now declared war on him. So, yeah. So there you have it. Not surprising, but, you know, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do with these clowns? Let's see where we're at here. JJ for 20 says, I might get some backlash for this, but my support for Trump is starting to waver over the fact that we haven't sent in the troops yet or anything. Still the best president we have had, but I'm pretty angry as a Minnesotan. Well, I understand. And I'm just going to, while I get frustrated with it too. And I typically try to keep a level head on things, but occasionally I will let my emotions get the best of me. But once I start talking through it and getting over that frustration, because I see like people in churches being harassed in Minnesota, and it drives me crazy. It pisses me off beyond belief. And I get really like, nobody in America should have to worry about going to a church. They shouldn't have to worry about that. And it's not just like an isolated thing. It's like that's on top of all the other craziness that we're seeing. With that said, JJ, I'm going to have to call you out directly, okay? If you're angry at Trump as a Minnesotan, what the fuck are you doing about your governor and the mayor of your capital? Because that would be a lot more focused for me if I'm angry about my state and my state is led by Jacob Fry and Tim Walz. I don't think you have the ability to be mad at Trump when your state is led by those motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that your anger is misplaced. Your anger should be directed towards the people that are running your state into the fucking ground. So that would be my argument from them, if that makes sense. But I do appreciate it. But I think your anger is misplaced. I think your anger should be focused towards those freaks, in my humble opinion. Daniel Moore Businesses sounds like he's about to ask if this is the gayest Star Wars ever, or Trevor from GTA. Phil says, I thought NYC was going to be the new Gotham in 2026. Minnesota actually as Gotham was not on my bingo card. You and me both. Uper199 says, keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Celluloid, what up? Celluloid Dream says, Jeremy is gay. Maga Mike says, the anti-Nazi crowd sure are acting like a lot of Nazis, aren't they? Packy Proton says, does anyone like Joe Buck? Seems everywhere. Joe Buck's fine. I know a lot of people hate on him. Packy Proton says, anyone but the cheating Patriots. Yeah, the cheating Patriots. God. You packing protons, do better research if you think the Patriots are cheaters. It's amazing how when Tom Brady left, suddenly the Patriots weren't cheating anymore. Did they just stop cheating, or did they lose Tom fucking Brady? It's like their Patriots are cheaters. Tom Brady leaves, Patriots go into the fucking toilet. Or did they stop fucking cheating, or did they lose Tom fucking Brady? Polish Princess, Jacob Small Fry and Tampon Tim No Balls Walls are a couple of midget cowboys. Fantastic Knox says, Trump, you spit, we hit. Okay. A boy named Blue says, God watching protesters interrupting mass. God, Noah, get the art. Maga Mike says, I watched this live on the Crucible, and the black guy helps escort Lang through the mob under his arm. He got that guy out there alive. Respect to him. Twisted Clown says, love you. Let's not forget Ashley Babbitt. Agreed. Maga Mike says, he doesn't have to be on his side. He saved him. Meek Kata says, all of this is because of the sanctuary city law and no cooperation with ICE is why all the ICE agents are there. MAGA Mike says, this isn't Trump's fault, so you can't blame him for not rushing in to save the situation. The people of Minnesota voted for themselves. JJ says, I did what I could. I voted against Walz and don't live in the Twin Cities, so I couldn't do anything about Jacob. I can't legally drive it due to my epilepsy, so leaving this state is very, very hard. I do understand that. I'm not saying that you should just leave. I'm just saying, like, your anger is misplaced if you're angry at Trump. Your anger should be with your state officials. So, like, for me, I'm lucky that I live in a red state. I'm lucky that I live in Florida. Florida, let's not forget, because it's easy to sit here now and claim superiority from Florida. We almost had a gay black crackhead running the state of Florida. Never forget, if it wasn't for Trump endorsing DeSantis, we may have had a gay black crackhead running the state of Florida. Don't forget that shit. We were that close. So we're very lucky. And I mean literally a gay black crackhead. Look it up. Delta Dragon says these people are unknowingly or knowingly doing what exactly the Nazis and commies have done. The worst extremes of both sides aren't so different, but that's the truth they refuse to accept. Agreed. John says, apparently Jake Lang plans to go back to Minneapolis with the Proud Boys and the 3%ers after he was assaulted yesterday by leftists. Andy Plays Game says, fun fact, the town in Minnesota called Coon Rapids. Really? Don't look it up, please. Yeah, somebody in the chat says, don't look it up, please. Yeah, please don't. Right now, looks like Patriots are in command, but who's got the ball right now? Is that going to be a first down for the Texans, or is that I can't see if he caught it. Third and 6. So I guess that was an incompletion. I'm just watching the snap right now. Football's on. I'm focused on that too. There goes Stroud. He's going to scramble for the first down. Okay. So back to this really quick. Quote, this is my neighborhood. Man with rifle stands at his home in St. Paul after multiple ICE sightings in the area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You live in the neighborhood? Yep, this is my block. This is my area. I don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
No, I'm okay with that. Our neighborhood's showing up.
You guys had a lot of people out here, right?
At least 30 or more.
Yeah.
40 or 50.
That's pretty good for a quick turnout. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The quartering fell off. I'm sorry. I've always liked Jeremy. But the quartering fell off, bro. Quartering fell off big time. So, hail to the quartering. We love the quartering. I had to say it. Somebody said, what's the score? It's 21-13 Patriots, but the Texans are driving. So we will see. Again, I have to show you this because it's just nothing puts the left-wing lunatics in a better perspective than this right here. If I can get the video to play. Here it is. This video, and I think Elon just retweeted it. This video puts it all into perspective. This video represents ICE protesters to a T. Okay?
Second reporting. We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
No, we're pressing.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
Fumble, New England got it? Hell yeah.
My word is not for you. I don't have to do it.
So this right here This is nothing exposes these anti-ICE protesters better than this moment right here. They are literally protecting child sex offenders. Good job. Bunch of idiots. And that falls on Fry. That falls on Tim Walz. That falls on all of them. Breaking in an epic development, Trump supporters are now running caravans blasting YMCA to counter and drown out anti-ICE leftist agitators. Bro. Okay, let's analyze this for a minute, okay? Donald Trump has made it cool for rednecks to drive around in their big ass trucks blasting YMCA. That's the power of Trump. Trump has made a bunch of hillbilly rednecks cruise around in their trucks with American flags blasting YMCA.
You were confused about it during World War II. You're confused about it.
Before Trump, this dude right here was calling the Village People every gamer word that you could possibly imagine. And now he's cruising around listening to YMCA. This is not a recent video. Really? Well, that's on my boy Eric here. So he got it from Johnny MAGA, because Eric, who's a great follow, by the way. If you want news, follow him. This dude is on point. But that's where I got the video from. He just posted that just a few minutes ago. Let's see. Maybe he removed it. I don't know. This was on January 18th at 3:00. So a couple hours ago he posted it. So that happened in Sacramento. Is that what that was? Okay. Well, he got that one a little wrong, but it's still a funny ass video, and point still stands that Trump has inspired people to a bunch of white rednecks to cruise around in their trucks blasting YMCA, a cultural phenomenon that is Donald Trump. Dude, it is snowing. It looks like it's snowing at the New England game. So New England recovers the fumble. It's 21-13. Let's see, what is that? That's 3rd and 9. They're going to have to punt right there. What is this? Just 10 years ago, what changed? CNN in 2016 with ICE under Obama. Okay, I haven't seen this.
Just before the sun rises in the Windy City, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents fan out across Chicago to arrest criminals in the U.S. illegally.
Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 3.
CNN was granted exclusive access to witness some of those raids.
We got 3 targets this morning. You know, some of the neighborhoods a little sketchy, so we got to make sure it's not.
Why is CNN treating ICE like they're a respectable group of people? Jeremy fakes knowing about sports. Typical bandwagoner. I've faked it all the way to having a successful sports channel too. Fuck you got to say about that, Tay-Tay? Go fuck yourself. Sorry your team got beat by Tom Brady.
Just the target we're looking at for other people around us.
They want to come out extra early, like right now, because they want to catch these people before they go to work. That's why it starts so early in the morning.
Ready to check. All right, let's roll, guys. A lot of things go through your head. Your adrenaline, blood pressure, of course, goes up when you're getting ready to do something like this. All right, the vehicle behind us is off limits.
How many people are involved with this operation, particularly right now?
I have a 5-man arrest team.
Jeremy only reads, Emo says, Jeremy never reads my chat because I only say nice things.
Here situated in this neighborhood, here on the street. You see the stoop going up. I have a couple guys sitting right inside that stoop. This is part of what we do. Keep eyes on somebody and try to be as covert as we can. There we go. Is that him in white?
This may look organized, but in this moment, confusion.
There's always
Why weren't there mass protests when Obama was using ICE? Why? Because these fucking people don't actually have an original thought, period. They are controlled by whatever the media tells them to be offended over.
Challenges we face when it's dark, somebody looks very similar to an individual.
ICE agents mistakenly arrest the target's brother.
In the process of talking to him in the vehicle, he then said, "Oh, no, I'm actually so-and-so. Who you're looking for is over here, this other address." He led us to that address, and we were able to actually arrest the individual we were looking for.
God, I hate the media. I really, 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 really hate the media. Why? Because no one was paying for it. TDS. TDS did significant damage. I've got this video right here because, again, I didn't really see a lot of the Jake Lang stuff yesterday. So right here, journalist Cam Higbee was in Minneapolis when Jake Lang got assaulted and nearly killed by ICE rioters. He arrived right when it started to happen, but here's what he says took place. So here we go.
I have been out in Minneapolis today on the ground. They slashed somebody's throat, the violent mob of protesters. Jake Lang, who is a questionable anti-Islam activist, was brutally attacked. They beat his head in. He almost definitely has a concussion or traumatic brain injury. He wasn't violent at all. He was surrounded by 3,000 people. The mob walked by a diner, saw a bunch of tech workers sitting down, assumed that they were undercover federal agents, pulled them out of the diner, attacked them. Turns out one of them was actually an anti-ICE activist. They beat that guy's head in. I pulled up on the corner just as they were beating him up, and then a team of sheriff's deputies stepped in, pulled their less than lethal rifles, and threw the guy in the van, probably took him to the hospital. He was stumbling around after he got back up, almost definitely has a concussion or some kind of traumatic brain injury. That was also, interestingly, the first time that I've seen the police help somebody who's been attacked by the mobs in the entirety of the time that I've been here, which has been quite a while, and I've seen a lot of attacks. 911 calls either don't get answered or the operators tell you to go screw yourself. Metaphorically, of course. They almost never send police. Tim Walz has now deployed the National Guard, but they're on standby. Despite the fact that this guy got his neck slashed, they still didn't come and help anybody. Minneapolis Police Department has totally stood down. During this whole event where multiple people were almost killed, there was not a single MPD officer that I saw, and I was at most of these events.
Why is Tim Walz activating the National Guard? And didn't Tim Walz tell everybody to document what ICE workers are doing? Didn't Jacob Fry tell them to document what ICE workers are doing, insinuating that ICE officers are there doing illegal stuff?
Sheriffs did step in the city, which is surprising. Generally, the sheriff's office operates outside of city limits in Hennepin County, which is how most places operate. Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Fry should be held on trial immediately.
Yes.
There is no reason that violent mobs should be patrolling the streets of their city and their state, trying to kill people, in some cases, misidentified activists who agree with them because of their opinions.
This is it. This is where we are. Absolutely insane. My goodness, man. Let's see. He wants the Minnesota National Guard to go against the federal agents. Jeez. What is this right here? Minnesota man goes nuclear on the Somalis and white liberals defending them. Okay.
All the money that they stole. Look at all that $9 billion and then put nothing in the community. Fuck them Somalis. It's just like George Floyd. His stupid ass family got $20 million.
His stupid ass family.
And they didn't even build a community in the city. They just left with the money. Fuck George Floyd too. Put all that shit on to whatever you filming. Put that shit out there. because that's how it go. When you don't fuck with the community and help the community, fuck you. They took that money and left. Now look at them. They all broke. They got tricked out of all that money. They ain't got shit right now today. Oh, for 20 million. Come on, man. Quit playing with the game. All this shit is a farce. Then look at all the money.
That's the man right there. That's the man. I just got to put that line right there. Just like
George Floyd. His stupid ass family got $20 million and they didn't even build a community in the city. They just left with the money. Fuck George Floyd.
Let's go. Let's see here. Beef Fitty says, Mamdani, I'm a Marxist Islamist and I will destroy NYC. Jazz hands walls. Hold my tampon. Hunter says, I ask for everyone to genuinely try and follow a God. I am not perfect, so I don't even know if I'll see heaven, but I want to help as many as I can. Trump 2028, hashtag no balls walls. Well, thank you, Hunter. Appreciate that. We got Blackguard for 20 says, Trump turned one of the gayest songs bands into a patriotic theme. It's truly like one of his greatest accomplishments. It really is one of his greatest accomplishments. Let's see here. Barking says, just a side note and a fact check. Jake Lang, the man who was attacked in Minnesota, is a Jew posing as a Christian. His sister is in the IDF. Still doesn't make it okay. Get sub-Saharans out of Minnesota. I'm not your buddy guy. Says, I'm at a point where I would be open to if some alien hive mind virus is taking over the earth. These people are insane. I've always act in unison. Unfortunately, it's just evil and useful idiots. Sad but true. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with a gifted membership. Brian Stewart says, show the AI anime video of joining ICE. Twitter DM. I'll see if I can find it. Mega Mike says, I believe in the Second Amendment, but intent also matters. They should arrest these people for openly threatening ICE with firearms. Mega Mike says, imagine being on their side of history. Vault 199 says, put Minnesota under military occupation and temporary governor. If Trump does that, though, if Trump puts Minnesota under military occupation and a temporary governor, you're going to see this happen all over the country. That's what's going to happen. So it will happen all over the country if Trump does that. Kevin Cross says, Jeremy is an IDOT if he thinks Caleb Williams will go into Seattle next Sunday and survive and not give up because Caleb is a fig. Well, I mean, Seattle's smart money's on Seattle. I mean, Seattle looked absolutely phenomenal. I'm pulling for the Bears. I'm not picking the Bears, but I'm pulling for the Bears. If you ask me who I would pick, gun to my head, I don't know how you go against Seattle at all. Seattle just looks incredible. But I'm pulling for the Bears and the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's the Super Bowl I want to see. Nas says, it's not gay if it's YMCA. Mark of Reality says, the normal people of Minnesota are getting upset about the out-of-state protesters causing trouble, but they voted for their political supporters. Yeah, a replay of the 85 Super Bowl. We'll see if that happens, though. I don't know. I personally, I fucking hate the 49ers. I hate the Seahawks too. So, Border Commander says, rank and file police officers of Minneapolis Police Department are coming out to our agents on the ground saying, thank you for what you're doing.
That we're seeing is that rank and file of many of the area police departments, including Minneapolis Police Department. Many of their rank and file police officers are coming up to our agents on the ground saying, thank you for what you're doing. We support you 100%. That's in direct opposition to, say, a Mayor Fry calling for cops to fight federal agents. So we've got the support of the rank and file and the American public. This mission is going to continue.
So they want to help. I mean, they're coming up to you and telling you that they actually.
Well, they should just tell the governor and the mayor to go fuck themselves at this point. And the police, again, police officers that are fed up with this should make a plea to President Trump. They should make a plea to President Trump and say, we are fed up with this shit, but we have to follow orders. What are you going to do to help us? We are done with this shit. So they should not defy orders from the government unless they get the approval of President Trump. They've got to do something, though.
Actually do want to help, but their hands are tied.
Exactly. We've seen this in California and Los Angeles. We saw this with Chicago rank and file police officers. And guess what? We're seeing it in Minneapolis also. And to any of those Minneapolis police officers, and I'm hearing this is happening, that want to join the U.S. Border Patrol or ICE, we welcome you with open arms. We support you. We support you making American cities like Minneapolis a safer place. So I'd be happy to meet personally with those officers that might be wanting to join a law enforcement agency that supports them.
Well, I mean, that's encouraging to hear, but it still doesn't, they can't do anything as long as their government's working against them. Apparently, this is the dude that helped out Jake Lang right here.
I don't know how, I just can't, right? Divine entity. At the end of the day, my job.
Way to be fucking brave and trying to fucking do something.
Yeah, my job, my purpose on earth, and my spirit told me I'm the son of God, right? A lot of people gonna think I'm lying, and I just showed you again.
They got Jake Lang's best.
It shows you again that I don't have to lie, but I move off love and unity, and that's how Jesus walked. If y'all Christians, that's how Yahweh walked. If y'all Africans and y'all roots, Yahweh walked just showing love regardless of what somebody did to you. When they crucified them on the cross, he still forgave everybody for their sins, and they down there killed him.
Just so everybody knows, this is the guy we're talking about here, the guy that was between Jake Lang and the mob of protesters. He basically was keeping them at bay during this whole situation right here.
So it's like we can't treat hate with hate. Love overcome hate any day. When one motherfucker starts showing love, everybody show love. But if one person hate, everybody hate. It's a domino effect, just like a domino. That's that. But it was my job and my purpose.
We stole his watch.
Hey, let me see the watch. Hey, let me see the watch. Hey, watch this. Hey, come here. Hey, someone come here, Mello. Hey, check it out. You, come here. Yeah, you, yeah. Yeah, so look, keep that on. At the end of the day, this what he came. I don't know what this shit is. A fake ass what they call these watches? Out of my boutique. The world is fake. You hear me? All this shit is fake. Stop paying y'all money for this shit.
I don't know what the point of that was.
But that's the end of that, man. At the end of the day, just show love to anybody. No matter what they done to you, just show love. You're gonna get blessed.
Hey, I don't even know you. I don't even just put it off this. I just put it on here.
That's how deep it's gonna get. I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm very deep, right? So we go back all the way down to slavery. Right? My last name is Blackwell, and Blackwell was the first slave owner to ever own a slave. He was white. Now I'm gonna go back to this to show you. He's my brother. He's my brother. Hey guy. You know what I mean?
This is kind of me watching this right here. I understood some of that. All right, I understood some of that. I kind of feel like listening to him, it kind of feels like this scene right here, if I can play this, okay? Let's see here. I feel like this scene right here. All right. And some of you are going to know this scene and some of you aren't.
Lark's looking after cows. Get dags. Do you like dags? Dags. Right?
Yeah, dogs.
Dags. You like dags?
Oh, dogs. Sure. I like dags. I like caravans more.
If you've ever seen Snatch, and if you've ever heard Brad Pitt's character, dude, it's amazing.
It's not English.
How are you?
Fair, what is my contest with the horses, you know? It's just piking.
Fuck me. Just look at the size of it. How big are you? Regardless of the color, he's my brother. Through slavery, his people fuck my people. Babies is a generational thing, bro. We're family at the end of the day.
To be fair, I'm Scandinavian. We didn't do any slaves.
No, you ain't do it personally. We ain't gonna put that on him. But like, humans. I'm gonna say humans. Don't put a race on the humans.
Hey, have a good one, brother.
Same to you, bro.
There you go. Anyway, good dude. Shout out to him for stepping up in that situation. We got Raider for $61.99. Hail to the best YouTuber in the universe and beyond, D-Day Cobra. Jeremy, your breakdown on politics is second to none. Only issue I see is the bandwagoning when it comes to sports. I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm a lifelong Alabama fan. I've told this story. And trust me, if I was a bandwagoner, I wouldn't be a fucking Alabama fan right now. I'm also a Dolphins fan at this point, and an Orlando Magic fan. Does that sound like a bandwagon team? So like I said, when I was old enough to watch football, my dad hauled me into the living room with him and my granddad. And he said, you're either an Alabama fan or you're going to get the hell out of this house. And I was like, roll tide? Roll tide? I guess I got no choice in the matter. But yeah. But in terms of, I don't have a pro team really because I didn't grow up with pro football. When you grow up in the state of Alabama, pro football doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is college football. That's it. College football and NASCAR. That's all that mattered. So we didn't have a pro football team, and I wasn't pulling for the fucking Falcons. It was never going to happen. Let's see here. John says, never interrupt an enemy while he's making a mistake. Napoleon Bonaparte. Big news coming today concerning Minnesota. Enrique Tarrio yesterday. Yeah, the Proud Boys, the guy that leads the Proud Boys, is going to be there. Vault 99 says Trump should absorb the Minnesota police and employ them. Twisted Clown says R-Truth. Okay, he did seem like a little bit like R-Truth. He did seem a little bit like R-Truth. That's pretty funny, actually. Right now, it's 21-16. I didn't even see that the Texans got a field goal. So it's 21-16. Patriots are driving, though. 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Ooh. We got any Texans fans in the chat? Do we have any Texans fans in the chat? Are you ready for this one, Texans fans? Are you ready? Is this your quarterback? Is that your quarterback? Oh, Texans fans. Looks like your quarterback, Texans fans. That's rough. That's rough. Who's my hockey team? I probably going to be the Nashville Predators because Nick Saban is now involved. I have a vested interest in them. It was probably going to be, I was thinking about making it a Florida team, but Nick Saban having a stake in Nashville, let's go. Let's go. There you have it. Okay. Next up, I got to show you. What is this one right here? Oh, we saw that one. I think I showed y'all that interview. Let's see. That's called bandwagoning. How is that called bandwagoning? The Predators aren't very good, are they? Predators aren't very good, are they? Touchdown Pats. Oh, touchdown Pats. Yep. Touchdown Pats. They were. Well, I looked them up the other day and they weren't very good. They were like barely 500 or they were below 500, I believe. That's called loyalty to a coach, 1,000%. Now, if Nick Saban took over another college football team, I would not support that college football team over Alabama, although that would be a very tough situation for me to be in. That would be a very tough situation, but I would not do that. I would not support another team over Alabama. I just can't do that. So that is a hell of a catch. Holy shit, that's a hell of a catch. Bebop says, can you confirm that Beardo has 13 tattooed on his bicep because that's the highest he's ever counted? What's up, Bebop? Does he? I don't even know. I think he said he had one. Maybe he showed that on stream. I can't remember. But that is the highest he can count. That is the highest he can count. That is confirmed. 100%. What up, Bebop? Good to see you, brother. Jeremy wears a Mario hoodie but skips out on the Mario Kart streams. Dude, I was streaming CobraCast. I was actually very upset that I missed the last week's CobraCast because I'm sorry, last week's Mario Kart because I really wanted to. What is this? Okay. American veterans are now signing up to become ICE agents, including combat veterans, and liberals are angry about it. Music to my ears. Okay.
Listen up. Liberals, I need you to listen up. Going forward in 2026, it's not a good idea to continue this aggression during your protests. I'm sitting here putting in an ICE application, right? And when I'm talking about it here on TikTok, I've had hundreds of my brothers and sisters in arms, my fellow veterans, say, no, I'm joining up too. I already signed up. I'll leave for training, whatever. A lot of veterans are joining ICE right now. Projections are saying like somewhere north of 100,000. And I'm willing to bet the vast majority of them are going to be veterans. Combat veterans. We're talking a class of American citizens, blue collar type, that are trained, that willingly signed up to shoot at and get shot back at. Signs and screaming in cars. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You need to understand something, liberal. We're talking about people who have been blown up.
I love how to talk to a liberal, you have to talk to them like a child because they are that type of mindset. Liberals are so fucking retarded that you can't have a normal conversation with them. You have to talk down to them, dumb things down for them.
And stood back up to return fire. We're talking about people who have murdered other human beings in a wartime environment and then went back to the fob to have a shit next to their buddies, tell jokes about the event, and eat chili mac. A lot of us veterans, we take our oath seriously to defend our country against enemies both foreign and domestic. I don't think it's going to be an intelligent idea going forward to present yourselves as enemies domestic. Keep your goofy ass on the sidewalk, stay out folks' way, and ain't nothing gonna happen to you. But I already can see that chip on your shoulder. If you choose to ignore this sensible advice, you need to understand that no one's going to give a shit about your body turning cold. Guys, come on. You lost the electoral vote and the popular vote. You are the minority. People want this. And if you get yourselves killed in the process of the American people getting what they want, there's not going to be some galvanized blue wave afterwards. It's just going to be a bunch of people saying they fucked around and found out.
1,000%.
I'm warning you, I did the gentlemanly thing. It don't make me no difference. Me personally, I get very happy when one of you gets taken out of the equation because I know that every liberal off the streets is a child in this country protected.
100%. Mega alpha giga Chad right there. I saw this video the other day and it hit my feed. I'd never seen it before. But I watched it and because it had this is from 5 years ago. It has 6 million views. Okay. Nothing explains liberals better than this moment right here because they fundamentally do not understand MAGA. They don't understand why Trump is so popular, and they don't understand that when they make fun of him, they only make him cooler. So from 6 years ago, I saw this video hit my feed. So we're going to watch the video first, then I'm going to show you what's funny about it, okay? So here's the video right here, okay? 6 million views on this 5-6 years ago. Here we go.
And it's going to cause more anger among Muslims around the
Anger.
world.
There's plenty of anger right now. How can you have more?
You don't think it'll exacerbate
David,
the problem?
David, I mean, I know you're a sophisticated guy. The world is a mess. The world is as angry as it gets. Well, you think this is going to cause a little more anger? The world is an angry place. All of this has happened. We went into Iraq. We shouldn't have gone into Iraq. We shouldn't have gotten out the way we got out. The world is a total mess. The world is a mess, David.
Now, here's what's great, okay? You go back to
And it's going to cause more.
You go back to it. You look at the comment section. The person that made it had to make a pinned post, okay? He had to make a pinned post because let me try to zoom in on this a little better. Let's see. Okay. So the pinned post, he makes a comment right here. And he said, I can't believe I have to make this, but I do not support Donald Trump. This video was very obviously making fun of him. Anyone in these comments making fun of Harris supporters or spouting MAGA bullshit is a moron. Please feel free to unsubscribe if you support this felon rapist. Thank you. Fucking massive backfire, okay? So you go in there and somebody's like, why so serious? Haha, this makes it even funnier. We won. Someone call a ambulance. Dude, bro is straight seething at his own video. Like, it's so fucking amazing. We don't care. It's a meme. Oh, don't worry, bud. None of us are subscribed. So yeah, it's so funny that these people are so retarded and they think by making Trump into one of the most iconic and coolest villains in movie history, that's going to somehow make him look bad. No, that's not how this works. So yes, I was very, so I saw the video and I was like, okay, this is funny. I think this person's probably trying to make fun of Trump, but in reality, they're making Trump look cooler. And then I looked at the pinned post and I saw this. I'm like, oh gosh, you're mad at your own video. What a loser you are. What a pathetic loser. How sad is your life that you're mad at your own fucking video? Good Lord. Right here, update. These rioters are now under DOJ civil rights investigation. I mean, I'm happy to hear it, but I'm tired of hearing about people being under investigation. Lock these motherfuckers up. The why so serious comment was gold. Yes, it was. Lock these pieces of shit up. I don't know if this is a new video or not, but we have Robert TDS De Niro on stopping ICE. I don't know if this is old, but here we go.
Everything is so wrong. I don't see how you can't speak up and say something about it. And just how can you live with that? What goes on and how certain people buy into that or just settle for it or don't say anything. And I understand people have to make concessions, compromises. They have to work with what is given to them. But there's a point where you have to say, I've had enough. We have to do something. We have to do something, and we have to set an example for others so they can do something, because what's going on is wrong.
Is there dude, Robert De Niro's fall has been incredible. Growing up, Robert De Niro was a respected actor, considered, based on the movies he was in, a tough guy. Based on the roles that he was in, Robert De Niro was known as a tough guy. I have never seen a greater fall than Robert De Niro. Holy shit. That's incredible. I mean, he is a straight up pussy. I mean, it's next fucking level. Let's see here. Okay, we got that. This has got to be bullshit. CBS poll finds Republicans remain strongly supportive of deporting illegal aliens and believe protests against ICE operations have gone too far. Believe protest against. Okay, against. I'm sorry, I misread it then. All right, hang on.
Of important points, though. Number one, Republicans remain very strongly supportive of this program, and Republicans stand out by saying they think the protesters against ICE operations have gone too far. So there's that dynamic too. Of important points, though. Number one, Republicans remain.
And look at nothing puts it in perspective for you better than that. That 90% of Democrats disapprove, 90% of Republicans approve. Nothing puts it in better perspective right there. Is it the Patriots? Are they punting the ball back to the Patriots and they're going to down it on the 1? Well, about the 4. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with the game at the same time. So let's see here. Let me look at my feed. Got to be careful not to refresh my fucking feed while live, because on Twitter, never know what the hell is going to happen. Breaking: conservatives are calling for the arrest of this anti-ICE psycho who stormed a Minneapolis church and intimidated Christians. So, yeah, I mean, obviously this guy needs to be arrested. No doubt about that. Godzilla's Grease says, "Hey Jeremy, have you heard of the new animated game character who's become the darling of the UK citizens, Amelia? It's hilarious. It was a hilarious backfire. I haven't, but feel free to send me that, because I am making a lot more content over on Geeks and Gamers. I will say it's crazy, dude. So I was actually a little like, I was kind of like, man, are my videos going to do anything on Geeks and Gamers? Because the channel's just been so dead for so long. Very happy with my videos of late. So right here, this video right here actually it's the #1 video in the last 10, and it's got 30,000 views. And it's crushing it right now. My Ryan Johnson video just crashed 50. The Gary humiliating starts fleet over 100,000. That one got a whopping 6,000 views. Landman one, that one's doing well. So videos are doing pretty good over there. So I appreciate you guys for supporting that channel. If you've been watching those videos lately, I will be making a lot more content over there. So, okay. These writers, I got that one. I am tired of hearing about investigations. I want to hear action. I want action. That's what I want. Okay, that one. Packy Proton says, reason the Patriots, nope, they lost Brady and their coach. They did not lose their fucking coach immediately after. When Brady left, they went into the fucking gutter. Do you not remember this, Packing Protons? Belichick had terrible seasons right after Brady left. Belichick has a losing record as a head coach without Tom Brady as his fucking quarterback. So apparently they only cheat when Tom Brady's there. Or maybe Tom Brady's the greatest of all time. It's so retarded when people say the Patriots cheated and that's why they won. No, they didn't. Or, well, okay, did they cheat? Yeah, all fucking teams cheat. That's the difference. You think that the only team that cheats is the team that wins. I'm sorry. Every fucking team in professional sports is cheating. Some are just better at cheating than others. Your team sucks at cheating. That's why they're not winning. Simple as that. Your team needs to cheat better. You know why no one cries about the Atlanta Falcons piping in fake crowd noise? Look it up. The Atlanta Falcons piped in fake crowd noise to distract the other team. No one talks about it. Do you know why? Because they never fucking win. No one cares about the teams that cheat when they don't win. They only care about it when they fucking win. Let's see. I don't know what your name is. Your description for liberals is poetry, Jeremy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Ministry of Wrong Think says, is it just me or is there a noticeable increase in based black people now? I mean, they've always been there. So Cole Hauser for 50 says, "Hail Jeremy, my brother. Keep up the great work. MegaCon soon, bro. Jeremy just hit 300 subs. Thanks to Jay for being on my channel. Need to get you on one day to talk G.I. Joe. Can I get a shout out to my channel? Hail, brother. First of all, MegaCon's going to be awesome. Mods, if we have any mods here, I don't know if you do, feel free to drop a link to Cole Hauser's YouTube channel. Longtime supporter. I'll see you at MegaCon. I can't wait. We're getting everything pinned down. Saturday will be the big day. I don't have official stuff to say about MegaCon, but Saturday of MegaCon weekend, we're going to have the panel. We don't have a time yet. And then the meetup is happening that night at City Walk. I'm working on the deets right now. Okay. So there you have it. Love you, man, but on sports teams, I'm not a Patriots fan. So I'm not even like defending the Patriots as a Patriots fan. I'm not a Patriots fan. I'm just calling it like I see it. They didn't cheat. They were just better at everything than, well, they had Tom Brady too. So it wasn't because they were cheating. It was because they were better. All teams cheat. And if you live in this fucking utopia where, oh, my favorite NFL team just sucks, it's not because if they cheat, they would be better. Your team sucks at cheating. That's why they don't win. Every team in professional sports cheats. Every team is looking for a competitive advantage. Every team is looking to get an advantage in some capacity. Quit living in this fucking utopia where you think your team doesn't cheat. They cheat. They're just bad at it. Nandy for 50 says, I know the guy who stole the FBI weapons cache in Minnesota was arrested thanks to Sortor. Can we please get all of these rioters behind bars? Gay Remy, check the story of Trump ordering 1,500 troops to Minnesota. It's local Fox News report. I did see the local Fox News report where he's ordering 1,500 troops to Minnesota. My problem is, and I'm just calling it like I see it, Trump is sending 1,500 troops to Minnesota when the fucking Minnesota government is going to work against those troops. I don't like when our troops are being disrespected by the local fucking government that they're there to protect. So the local government is still going to be working against our brave soldiers that are going to be there. And it sucks. Let's see here. This is a terrible argument, Jeremy. You're saying that professional sports is bullshit. Therefore, it should all be ignored, not the cheating. The sports themselves are worthless. No, I'm giving you the answer. All right. Let's see here. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this. Okay. For all the fucking delusional people out there. Okay. Is this it right here? It'll work. Oh, the snow looks so awesome in this game right now. Freaking cool as hell. What team? That's from like 2015. But there was this website years ago that documented teams that cheated, and it was called yourteamcheats.com. And it showed how bad all of the teams that cheated, that you want to deny their cheating because, oh, well, they don't win, so you don't care that they cheat. But I think the website's been taken down now. But yeah, look up the Denver fucking Broncos and all the cheating they've done over the years. But you want to believe your team doesn't cheat. Okay, yeah, your team is full of upstanding fucking billionaires that are gonna, oh guys, we can't do that. It's against the rules. Get the fuck out of here. It's nonsense. Anyway, I want to make this a sports rant show, but it just, people that think that their team is the moral superiority is the gayest thing in the world, dude. Like, you guys are living in fantasy land. You might as well go be a fucking Democrat at that point. If you think that your team led by a fucking sleazy fucking billionaire is not trying to skirt the rules and get a competitive advantage, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Guys, my team, my billionaire-owned team does everything by the books. He pays his taxes on time. He never cheats on his wife. He pays all of his employees very good because that's my team. Get the fuck out of here. Primart Vulcan says the vast majority of leftists can't understand normal thinkers. This is true. The billionaire that owns my team, he loves every employee. He never makes sexual remarks to the women. He never hires women based on their looks. He hires them based on their qualifications. Get the fuck out of here. What world do you live in where you think that Robert Kraft of the Patriots got busted getting hand jobs in Florida? You think he's the only one? Okay. Ministry of Wrong Thinks says the whole point of the Insurrection Act is for when a local government refuses to work with the federal government. I don't know why this is surprising. Yes, 1,000%. Packy Proton says, but I'm a Jets fan, so what do I know? Everyone we get fails with us, then goes to greatness. Is it September yet? What's wrong with that, Jeremy? Oh, no, big shout out to Robert Kraft for getting hand jobs in Florida. I mean, at least he didn't do what Eddie Murphy did in L.A. Eddie Murphy got busted with a lady that had an extra piece of equipment. Whoops. Philip says De Niro can't act an Italian can't act an Italian being an Italian on film. Chad says one of the greatest actors in Gen X history, but TDS makes people go insane. Hugh Grant. Oh, remember the Hugh Grant thing? Hugh Grant was with Elizabeth Hurley. Elizabeth Hurley is one of the most beautiful women in the world. And Hugh Grant decided to hook up with a prostitute that looked like Wesley Snipes. Why? Oh. Godzilla's Greaser says, I'm from the UK government game called Pathways. It's okay. It's from a UK government game called Pathways. Amelia was supposed to be the antagonist, but instead everyone loved her. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Twisted Clown says, Robert De Niro wears high heels. Sean Living Life says, why didn't that church have security? At my church, we have security and a whole congregation that wouldn't put up with the mob of disrupting things. I agree. All I know is being from Alabama, and now I'm in Florida. Churches here, they don't fuck around. So, let's see. Carol for 5 says, anyone calling Trump a dictator should look at the 2024 electoral map and shut the F up. Also, why does California have so many electoral points? 54. It's a joke. Yeah, it's based on land, population, all of that. So, Millen says that why hasn't Trump went in troops? You mean sent in troops, I think. John freaking Murdoch says, hey, Jeremy, I'm here listening to your Sunday stream, expecting your witty breakdown of politics. Instead, you're waxing philosophical about cheating sports teams. Good thing this isn't a super chat. Hail John Murdoch. Well, it is football Sunday. And so I am, dude, the snow is crazy right now in this Patriots game. It looks so cool. But the game is virtually over. So last thing we want to cover really quick. And hail, John. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday. Yes, he's sending 1,500 troops in. Yes. What is this right here? Pastor rips leftist and Don Lemon for storming his church. So this is a guy, all right, so Don Lemon stormed to this guy's church.
This is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So, but there were folks who I have to take care of my flock. But listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world.
The Department of Justice is investigating the incident, with Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Harmeet Dillon saying they're looking into violations of the Federal FACE Act for desecrating a house of worship and interfering with Christian worshipers.
What a horrible human being Don Lemon is. What is this right here? It's not a protest. What's happening in Minnesota so far today can't be labeled as a protest. It's more of a struggle session where the schizo people come in and scream. This is Don Lemon right here.
So now this is where we have been in that lot and they blocked it off. Do we know why? I don't know why they blocked that off, because we were able to come through and park there. So I don't know how.
White supremacists!
What's that going to mean?
This is a white supremacist agenda!
Why do you say that?
Fuck off.
No, me, dude, I'm
You're
not
on
here.
Whose team are you on?
Come on, man.
Don Lemon.
This is Don Lemon.
All right, man.
All right. Well,
Sorry, brother. I'm so sorry.
Really?
No, I'm so sorry.
On our team.
Yeah. So why?
What? What is happening right now?
Do you say that?
This is a white supremacist agenda. They're not just going after criminals. I'm so sorry I went after you there. I didn't recognize.
Holy shit. Holy shit. He saw a black guy and freaked out until he realized the black guy was gay Don Lemon.
Do I look upset?
There's all kinds of folks out here with media. They're not just going after criminals. They're going door to door and they're targeting.
No, fuck that, dude. We got to go back. This motherfucker is completely unhinged. It starts out with him screaming, "Fuck ICE."
This is where we have been in that lot and they blocked it off. Do we know why? I don't know why they
So Don Lemon was laughing at him, and he thought he was laughing like making fun of him.
blocked that off, because we were able to come through and park there. So I don't know how.
White supremacists!
What's that going to
This is
mean?
a white supremacist agenda!
Why do you say that?
Fuck off.
No, me, dude, I'm
You're
not
on
here.
Whose team are you on?
Come on, man.
Don Lemon.
This is Don Lemon.
All right, man.
All right. Well,
Sorry, brother. I'm so sorry.
Really?
No, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, dude. This is amazing. Don Lemon just accidentally exposed these fucking psychos for what they are.
All right.
On our team.
Yeah. So why do you say that?
This is a white supremacist agenda. They're not just going after criminals. I'm so sorry I went after you there. I didn't
Come on.
recognize.
Do I look upset?
There's all kinds of folks out here with media. They're not just going after criminals. They're going door to door and they're targeting any black and brown person they can.
You just targeted a black guy. Holy fuck. Holy shit.
Find. And all of America is next. If you live by a black or brown person, you're next. They're above the law. They outnumber.
Is he pretending to be emotional now? This is incredible.
Our police. This is a white supremacist agenda. No?
How, when did you get? You just today's your first.
I live nearby. I've been out a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. But why do you come
I'm so
out?
sorry I went after you, man.
Dude,
This is fucking crazy. This is fucking amazing. Holy crap.
it's fine. Why are you out here instead of like being in your warm, cozy house?
Because there's a point where whites got to stand up and recognize that this is a white person problem, and we need to represent our black and brown neighbors and disavow MAGA.
Yeah.
We need to put an end to this. We need to put an end to this. We fucked up so bad.
That's how you know I'm not like a crazy MAGA person, because I'm not triggered. I'm not a snowflake.
This is the end result of all of the bigotry and racism that we have been putting up with for years. This is the logical conclusion.
What do you think is going to happen? Where does this end? How does it end?
I don't know. I feel like if ICE kills more citizens, then the rest of America might wake up.
What do you do?
Right now,
Besides
I'm
shoveling the sidewalk.
What do I do?
Yeah.
I talk to anyone who will listen, and I disavow every MAGA person I've ever known. They have no place in my heart. This kind of hatred.
Yeah.
No, if you can't stand 10 toes down and say that trans people, black and brown people have a right to exist and that women have a right over their own body, then you have no place in my heart. And you have no place in the fucking future. Because we're going to have a bright...
So
sounds like a threat. That's incredible. I am so happy that that happened because it does show the unhinged nature of these people. And man, I was not prepared for that shit. That was crazy. And I don't think that that was planned at all. I think Don Lemon did not want that to happen the way it did. Holy shit. That's next level craziness right there. That just gives you perspective as to how these people are. I'm very happy that that played out the way that it did. Let's see. Adez says Snake Pit tax, Mickey tax, and tax. JDT says Stroud is trash. That's all we need a quarterback. Sad. I mean, like I like the Texans. But I'm not a CJ Stroud guy. So my boy from Bama's the coach, so of course I like him. Brian Stewart says facial hair looks like Beardo ran out of dude wipes. William says this is like that South Park episode when they get gay. Andrew Sierra says I disavow Jeremy. He's a flamboyant homosexual. Peter says Don Lemon is a POS. Kelly AR says thought all gays had gaydar, right, Jeremy? Apparently not for that dude. Jazzius says, dude, can we open mental institutions again? No. Honestly, no, we can't. Because you know who's going to pay for mental institutions? I'll give you one guess. So no, fuck them. No, I don't want to pay for these motherfuckers to have their fuck them. Let them be miserable. Zevin Cross says that guy just pulled the whole what kind of American are you scene from the Civil War movie. Yep. Packy Proton says fucking Patriots. Congrats, I guess. Yeah, I mean, look, man. It's gonna be we'll see. The championship weekend is gonna be interesting. And is there a minute to go? Yeah, this game's over. Wolverine Schnick says Patriots beat the Texans. Yeah, there's a minute to go. It's over. It's been over for a while. Cole here says, sure, buddy. Why guys like that speaking for me? Yeah, right. That dude been watching way too much TV. Eheb says, I want ICE because mass illegal immigration is tearing apart Central South America. Millions deleted and the left's fault. I'm tired of hearing about their moral high ground. 1,000%. Two Penny Puppet says, raiding a church is a nasty felony. The law passed at the same time they made it a felony to invade an abortion clinic. It's long prison term. Well, I hope something happens with it. Dr. Tripp says, Techno Viking crawled so Techno Vance could run. Hell yeah. Johnny the Wiz Kid says, make America a white straight again. You know what else needs to return? Shock therapy. Bring mental asylums back. I don't want to bring mental asylums back. It's just another taxpayer. It's just another thing they're going to have taxpayers, pay for. So I will pass on that. Hang on. Somali thugs in Minneapolis just stole Nick Sortor's camera and then fled from him driving down the icy sidewalk. Holy shit.
Hey, get. What did she just do? She fucking...
Oh, shit. Okay, it's okay.
Holy shit.
She took Nick's camera. She just stole Nick's camera.
Holy fuck.
Let's get her.
Dude, Nick needs to stop. He's going to get
Just
fucking
tell her to
killed.
give him the camera back.
What
Oh
happened,
my
Nick?
God.
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you were in the car?
That's what the fuck you wanted, right? That's the fuck you wanted, right?
That's what you did.
Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck up out of here.
Dude, this
Fucking
is
coward.
crazy.
Motherfucker, you a coward, bitch. You have to leave.
Be the mouthpiece
You
for
a fucking
fucking
coward. Rob you, motherfucker. Get
They
the
just
fuck up out
stole
of here.
over $1,000 worth of
Bitch.
equipment from me.
You fucking coward. You a fucking coward,
And
motherfucker.
nobody stepped in.
Motherfucker, you trying to incite that shit.
Nobody stepped in.
Get the fuck up out of here, bro.
$1,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah, fuck you, fucking bitch.
Did you call that? Did anybody call 911?
You're in this neighborhood.
Have Kevin do it.
You fucking Nazis.
We got it all on video. We're not Nazis.
Man, you fucking Nazis.
We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn Hitler completely.
Don't-
I'm not racist. I condemn.
They don't care about condemning Hitler. They don't fucking care. Don't give them anything. They don't care about that. You know that, by the way. They don't fucking care.
All racism.
God, you a fucking Nazi.
I condemn all racism.
Why are you here?
We were driving through and we got followed. You guys followed us.
No, we're following you because who are you?
It doesn't matter. We're allowed to be here. It's the United States of America. Why do we have to leave?
What? They just.
We're not leaving until we get the camera. You want us to leave? Give us the camera. Call your friend, get the camera back, and we'll leave.
Because if you guys want to scream racism, but yet you're treating him like this, why? Why? Racism can go both ways.
You've been talking about 2 hours fucking recording.
You guys were.
Jeez, man. Okay, let's play this one more time. This was a shocking video to see. This was crazy. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, Somali thugs in Minneapolis just stole Nick Sortor's camera and then fled from him by driving down an icy sidewalk. Bystanders insisted that we have to leave and don't belong in Minnesota. They followed Sortor's vehicle for roughly 30 minutes honking. This was crazy. I'm glad he's okay because that shit was dangerous.
Hey, get.
What did she just do?
She fucking.
Oh, shit. Okay, it's okay.
Oh, okay, hang on just a minute. So did he stop? From what I'm seeing here, the guy that was calling everybody a Nazi, he stopped Nick from getting to the car.
What did she just do?
She fucking.
See, so this guy's stopping him from running after them.
Oh, shit. Okay, it's okay.
She took Nick's camera. She just stole Nick's camera.
Bro.
Let's get her.
No, give him the camera. You're gonna give him the camera.
Just tell her to give him the camera back.
Give him the camera.
What happened, Nick?
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you were in the car?
That's what the fuck you wanted, right? That's the fuck you wanted, right?
That's what you did.
Man, listen, motherfucker, you better get the fuck up out of here.
My daughter.
You fucking coward. Motherfucker, you a coward, bitch.
You have to leave.
Be the mouthpiece
You
for
a
fucking
coward.
pet.
Rob you, motherfucker. Get
They
the
just
fuck
stole
up out of
over
here.
$1,000 worth
Bitch.
of equipment from me.
You fucking coward. You a fucking coward,
And
motherfucker.
nobody stepped in.
Motherfucker, you trying to incite that shit.
Nobody stepped in.
Get the fuck up out of here, bro.
$1,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah, fuck you, fucking bitch.
Did you call that? Did anybody call
Why are
911?
you in this neighborhood?
Have Kevin do it.
You fucking Nazis.
We got it all on video. We're not Nazis.
Man, you fucking Nazis.
We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn Hitler completely.
I really wish he would not. Like, you guys, I get it. They're boots on the ground. I respect the hell out of them. But condemning anything they want you to condemn is meaningless, and it only gives power to those ridiculous accusations.
Completely.
Racist, bitch.
I'm not racist. I condemn all racism.
God, you a fucking Nazi.
I condemn all racism.
Why are you here?
We were driving through and we got followed. You guys followed us.
No, we're following you because who are you?
It doesn't matter. We're allowed to be here. It's the United States of America. Why do we have to leave?
What? They just.
We're not leaving until we get the camera. You want us to leave? Give us the camera. Call your friend, get the camera back, and we'll leave.
Because if you guys want to scream racism, but yet you're treating him like this, why? Why? Racism can go both ways.
You've been
talking to these fucking freaks means like asking them questions, whatever, like they don't care. Calling out their hypocrisy, doesn't care. Like all it takes is just recording them, which again, these guys are doing that. So I am not being critical of them. I'm just commentating on the fact that, you know, like asking them like, oh, well, why are you doing that? It doesn't matter. These people are fucking retarded. They're very, very stupid people. Asking them to explain their stupidity is a waste of your time. And it only, you know, gives them more belief in their delusions when you ask them these questions. We got Zwanny for 20. He says a tax on tax of the original lurker tax, I think. Anyway, hail Unit 199. Mod Lives Matter. Chat Lives Matter. Thank you, Zwanny. Appreciate you. Dark Horse Rising for 20 says the people wearing masks calling him a coward. It's beautiful, isn't it? The hypocrisy is insane. Good Lord, man. I'm just glad he's okay because that was very scary with him right here where he was like holding on to the car while it was driving. That was crazy. Infinity Flare says the shops and restaurants in my neighborhood put up all are welcome except ICE signs, which include info on how to organize and disrupt. Now I have the urge to call ICE tip line. That's how it works too, isn't it? All are welcome except this group of people, and then it leads to the next group of people that aren't welcome. So it's like, I would like to go, hey, I'm in, you know, go into their shop and go, hey, I noticed you said all are welcome except for ICE, but what about MAGA? And then they would be like, no. Okay. What about a Tesla owner? No. What about a fan of Elon? No. What about a fan of JD Vance? No. What if I think abortion's evil? No. I mean, just once you invite this idea of one person's not of, you know what you're saying? Literally anyone that disagrees with me is not allowed in here. That's essentially what you're saying. For the record, if you disagree with me, you are welcome to watch my stream. In fact, I encourage you to watch my stream. I would encourage you to comment because I like when you comment, because I can highlight your stupidity. I can roast it, and then I can make profit off of it. All are welcome here, even the retards. Okay? Just so we're clear. You're welcome to be here. But yeah, anytime you put that up right there, it's crazy. Got that one. Cole Hauser. One thing that makes me sick, Jeremy, is guys like Dom think they can speak for us based black guys like me. I know. And again, Don Lemon is such a pathetic loser. It's hard to process just how pathetic he is. MAGA Mike says the anti-Nazi stop and show me your papers crowd sure are acting a lot like the stop and show me your papers Nazi. I know, it's crazy. Oh, Piano Dean says, what would Don Lemon say if Nick stormed a mosque and accused Imam of supporting them? You know what he would say. Cole Hauser says they are talking to uneducated. Uneducated people. Lapco says, why should we have Greenland? Seems like a good place to quarantine these dorks. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, yeah, tell the land pirates the camera they took just is worth $1,000. I'm sure they'll give it back now. Yeah, that's, again, I don't want to be overly critical of these guys because they are doing an unbelievable job. And I respect them. I respect Nick Sortor and Cam Higbee and all the guys that are boots on the ground. I respect them because they're doing incredible work and unbelievable work. And so I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that, but telling those people that somebody just stole $1,000 camera means nothing to them. They don't give a fuck. You could say it's $1 million camera. They don't care. They don't give a flying fuck. They don't have any sympathy. You can tell them that, your kids are affected. They don't give a shit. They're literally protecting pedophiles from ICE right now. Crazy. Let's see if there's any updates on this right now. Okay, so he did post about it. A group of Somali thugs just robbed me of my $1,000 camera. Now we care. Us telling us that it's a $1,000 camera, absolutely we should know, but not them. They don't care. They then dragged me down the street as my hand got trapped in their door handle. Nobody bothered helping. DHS must raid this place. Agreed. Jeez, man. Crazy situation right now, man. Unhinged. Care, they're glad it happened. Yes, they are. They're absolutely glad it happened. Breaking, a Somali just stole Nick Sortor's camera in Minneapolis and drove away while Nick pursued the vehicle. They followed Nick for 30 minutes straight. Unbelievable. Make arrest now. I am curious. Hey, what led to this? How did this happen? Now, again, I'm not being critical as much as I'm just curious. So if they were following Nick for 30 minutes, did he let his guard down for a minute? Did he let his guard down to record this person? I have a lot of questions as to how this actually did happen. What was happening in the moments before this? Because I know that they were recording probably. So what was in I am curious about what led to that. Lapco says, Bama's the worst football team. Tom Brady's a mediocre quarterback at best. Nick Saban chases young men through the showers. Kathleen Kennedy was the best for Star Wars, and Jeremy still welcomes my money. The fact that you typed all of this, it's tied to your name. I'm not even going to get mad about it. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I have a lot of questions about what led to this prior to this moment. And I'm sure they have the information and I'd like to see it. Let's see here. Dude. I know this is gonna, this is not gonna upset people as much as me talking sports for a minute. But I have to show everybody what I just saw on my timeline. Okay. Now, you know, I'm a fan of G.I. Joe. And in particular, the classified line. I know Cole Hauser is here. So I just saw these right here. Tropic Thunder classified. They're not real. Tropic Thunder classified. Take all of my money right now. Take every dollar right now. Give this to me. Give this to me right now. Oh gosh. We've got John Matrix. We've got Chuck. Oh my gosh, dude. This is amazing right here. Dude, take every single dollar to my name for that right there. Oh, that's amazing. That's good stuff. So anyway, all right, back to our regularly scheduled stuff, but that was super, super cool. Wow. Are these real? No, those are AI created, unfortunately. What do you mean, these people? Yeah, that's pretty amazing. If we got any updates, we got this, we got this. All right. Yes, we got the Patriots and Broncos next week. That'll be interesting. How much does this, look at this. Is this for real? In 2015, Barack Hussein Obama awarded Tom Homan the Presidential Award for Service for making America safer at ICE. 10 years later, liberals want Tom Homan killed. It's the same Tom, but a different Democratic Party. Holy shit. Nothing puts it into perspective better than that right there. That's the Democrats, dude. That's them. These people are fucking crazy. They are absolutely fucking crazy. Unreal. Look at, yeah, Tom was a young, vibrant man. Young, vibrant man. Looks fake, probably because it's an old picture. That's why it probably looks fake. But yeah, what a wild day, man. If things get crazy, Eric says I gave you that 2 days ago. Okay, I didn't even see it. If things get crazy, I may have to go live again tonight. May have to go live again tonight if things keep getting crazy. Dude, there's a lot of these. I may have to follow this guy. This guy follows me. Look at this. Look at this. Inglorious Bastards. This is crazy, awesome stuff. I mean, again, it's all AI, so don't get too excited. But this guy follows me. I'm about to follow this guy. I'm giving him a follow. He's a GI Dave. He's a conservative, fuck liberal Democrats, MAGA fan, and Trump supporter. Let's fucking go. I like this guy. So he's cool. Okay, so I would say right now, and also go support Nick Sortor. If you guys have not, he's a great follow. He's one of the best follows on Twitter. He will keep you up to speed on everything going on. If things continue to get crazy, I guess I might be back tonight. We'll have to see. But right now, this video is pretty wild from Nick Sortor. So thanks for supporting. Thanks for all the super chats. I really appreciate it. You guys have been awesome today. Minnesota is wild. A lot of crazy stuff going on. And I'm going to go watch the game. Full Metal says, see you later tonight then. Yes, because I say if things continue to get crazy, well, they're going to continue to get crazy. So, it looks like I probably will be back again tonight. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Going to watch this Rams-Bears game. Should be a good one. And we'll see what the championship picture looks like next weekend. I'm pulling for the Bears. Even though I don't like when Ryan Kennel is happy, I want to see the Bears win. Rams are good, though. So this is going to be a good game. But you guys have a good evening. Pray for people like Nick Sortor and Cam Higbee that are boots on the ground in Minnesota right now. Go out and support those guys. Show them some love. And looks like we'll be back later tonight to cover this craziness as it all plays out. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.